Welcome to episode 7 of Rate My Build. And in this one, I'm all alone. There's no Cody today, just me and little Mikey here. That's because Cody's in London. He is there for the European Invitational of the NBA 2K League. You guys can actually watch that tomorrow. That's Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/NBA 2K League. And because Cody's gone, we're -1 today. So I thought, why don't we +1 on the amount of builds we do? We're going to do 6 builds today. And that's because one build was actually from the previous episode. However, if you guys paid attention, the person whose comment I replied to didn't respond back. So in the community tab, for anyone who had replied to that video, I gave everyone a chance to get on to this show, this episode right here. And we did have one response where they had replied on the video. So congrats to you. You get the last spot, the 6th and final spot on this episode. If you guys want to be in the next episode and you want a better chance than one in about 600 submissions that we've had so far, one of the biggest partners of Pacers Gaming is Indiana National Guard. And what I want you guys to do is go to their website. The link is in the description, and come back and comment something unique that you learned about the National Guard. They have a ton of programs with tuition assistance and other college first programs. Go to the About page, scrub through, tell me something you learned about Indiana National Guard in the comment section of this video. We're going to pick one of you guys to be on the next episode. As long as you reply, sorry, Sir Uno, you had your chance, but as long as you reply to the comment, so make sure you hit that bell, turn on notifications, and maybe we'll see you in the next episode. For now, I get my chance to rate some builds. Actually, I'm just kidding. I don't rate the builds. I leave that to the experts. We got Swizz back this week, all 3 guys on our team, and myself as the host. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. We got Immortal Pro Wolf at Phil Sidham. Is this the real Wolf? Position, small forward. He's 6'6", 98 overall, weight 200. Wingspan's default, and he plays Park and Rec. Says his base is Kobe, Release, Ray, and Rudy. What do y'all think?
I mean, off rip, I already see he messed up with his attribute layout. Like, he put too many in one of the categories. Okay.
The inside out score.
Like, his finishing
right.
and shooting, and he has way too many defensive. Like, why does he have post moves up over pass accuracy?
Yeah.
Another thing is he could have made this build a point guard, right? Do point guards go to 6'6"? They do. So a point guard goes to 6'6", you get more badges. So that's I mean, if you're gonna be a small forward, you gotta, utilize the height advantage you get for being a small forward, such as being 6'8" or 6'9". But he went small forward 6'6", which makes no sense. You might as well go point guard because you get way more badge points for each category using less attribute points. So that's a big no-no. I mean, he messed up with that. He has 10 finishing badges, and that's his majority pie chart, which it goes to purple. So that's bad. You gotta have way more, bro. You gotta capitalize on what your build is built to do. Yeah. So having 10 finishing badges is not enough to make use of that. You know what I mean? You should at least have 15.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it feels like he's at a big deficiency for badges.
I feel like he just has a lot less
shooting. Oh no, yeah,
I feel like he has no badges. I feel like he has no badges to even.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
And then he put so many points in defense, and he only gets 6 upgrades in it. So yeah, I don't know. This build is pretty. I don't even know what this do, honestly.
What do we think about his layout, his badge layout? What does he have? He has purple contact, gold fancy, gold giant slayer.
I'll take off gold giant and just put it on slithery.
Yeah, I would do the exact same thing. Shooting, purple catch and shoot, purple quick draw, purple range extender.
I mean, I feel like you got no. I mean,
that's fine.
He doesn't have much options.
I don't know if he's in the corner or. I mean, he says he only plays Park and Rec, so. I don't know. That's fine. Range extender is fine. Playmaking, downhill and quick first step on gold. Downhill on silver, quick first step on gold. Sure, it's fine.
I mean, and then he also has 4 more upgrades, so you can put on I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I see.
It feels like there's not enough. There's just not enough badges.
He's just all over the place, you know.
Yeah, there's no identity with the build. It feels like he has not enough upgrades at each category. I personally just am not a big fan of this build.
I'm be honest. Being a 98 and having this build is kind of rough.
Yeah. It's not like he's like a 90 and he has like a lot of like, potential for like his, to get more upgrades or to get higher attributes. Like this is kind of what the build is for the most part.
Yeah, I don't think there's much improving his badge layout either.
Yeah, so that's tough. But
yeah, I mean, defensively, you get 6 clamp, pickpocket, gold. Like, I guess that's not bad. Damn, I don't know this.
Yeah, it's tough.
He messed up big time with this. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
My personal advice before we rate this build is, don't finish him. Maybe make the same build, but make him a point guard, 6'6", and you get way more badges.
And don't put your attributes in post fade.
Yeah, definitely. Not at 6'6". Like there's no, or 6'6", right?
Yeah.
6'6".
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna. I don't know. At 93 especially, like I could see even like 80 if you want to get like a late shot clock post fade or try to get 2 boards or something, but not.
For example, with this pie chart at point guard, 6'6", he could get 15 finishing, 20 shooting, 15 playmaking, and then 5 defending. Like that's way better.
Right.
That's better.
Yeah.
And he's the same height. He'll be the same speed, everything. Just be a point guard.
Yeah.
And we'll have like damn near double the badges almost for everything he has.
Yeah.
So
he's in Park and Rec. What do you guys think he can do with this build in those modes?
So
I mean, honestly, I feel like his badges are already fine where he has them. Like for the most part of what he has, like there's not really much to change. I don't think. So, I don't really know if there's much for him to really upgrade, to be honest. Like,
I would say, so Parker, he's going to be able to shoot the ball pretty well just because he still does have 3 Hoff badges and he has an 84 3, so.
And dunk, he has 84 drive dunk with purple.
Yeah, and he has 84 drive dunk, so he's going to be able to score the ball off ball decently well. Like he won't have a huge issue with that. It's just going to be when he has the ball, I think he's going to struggle a little bit. I get that he has the post fade, so maybe he could go into that. And then defensively, he's going to be.
But he doesn't even have a badge for that. Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, which I'm trying to. I'm trying to look at the positives. And like he has 93 post fade, but
I see where he messed up. He messed up big on defense.
Yeah, he has nothing going.
No lateral quickness, and he upgraded his offensive rebounds to max.
Okay.
When he could have took all that offensive rebounding chart, maxed out his lateral, and maxed out defensive rebound, he could have got probably 9 defensive badges, or maybe 9.
Yeah.
But shooting offensively off ball, to answer your question, he's gonna be pretty good and like cut into the basket and stuff like that. He's not gonna be that bad at it. So. That's what I would say with this build.
All right, where do you guys rate him, Swizz?
I'm gonna have to give it a 2.
Woo!
on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon.
What is his first rate? A 2 out of 10. Wow.
Out the gate.
I just gotta be real, man. Like. He messed up his attributes big time, dude. Big time.
Welcome back, Swizz.
They're just in the wrong spots.
Welcome back, Swizz.
He messed up.
It's messed up bad.
Like no lateral quickness, and he's a guard, so that's tough. Like to play defense with.
Yeah, and he already has his defensive attributes upgraded. One of the most important ones aren't upgraded. Like
wingspan is low, or it's at default. Could have gone higher.
He could have gone low, but that's fine though. He's a guard. I get that, but
that's the least of his worries, I think.
Yeah, his attributes like description, point distribution is bad, like really bad. Like I said, he could have got way more badges. He's a small forward that's 6'6", so there's no point in being a small forward. Like I said, you lose badges. I mean, I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a generous 4 out of 10. Generous.
Nate, what you got?
Yeah, I'll give him a 4 out of 10 as well. Just out of generosity. Yeah, he could have done a lot more with the build, but you could argue he's still gonna, like I said, he'll have some off-ball production. He could have made such a better build. Like when
he had the right idea with the pie chart.
A decent idea, yeah.
But just he messed up with the distribution of points.
Poor execution. So we'll go 4 out of 10.
Up next, we got Irritated at Irritated X. Irritated X. Position: he's a center. 99.5 overall, 6'10", 240, wingspan 200 max. Rec and Pro-Am are his modes, so he's a 5v5 kind of guy. Made him to play the 4, but making him a center gives him more badges. I also have Gym Rat, so +4 on physical stats. I do play out of the corner most of the time. My jumper's 77, Iggy, Michael Beasley, 85-15, Blend. What we got on this one?
Hey, let's go. Someone told us where he played.
Yeah, I know. I love that. Like that is that makes our job so much easier when we know like where you play on the court. I can start. I mean, first of all, so he plays in the corner. And he said his reasoning for making him a center gives him more badges. And I'm not too sure exactly how what the difference is on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
With how many badges. But so he's pretty much got like a 6'10". It's almost like the equivalent of like a slashing sharpshooter sort of thing going on, maybe. With pretty good
post scoring.
Yeah, with some post scoring. Yeah. So, 75 3 ball in the corner. I mean, right away I can tell he's probably going to be able to hit pretty well.
Sure.
I even peeked at his shooting badges, and I think he actually has a pretty good setup. For being out of the corner. So I think right away you can tell he's going to be able to shoot the ball pretty well. And then, and I'll let you guys have the floor, but he has 94 close shot, right? Which is really good, 90 standing dunk, and then only 77 driving dunk. I wonder if you guys think that that's maxed out? It might be maxed out.
Yeah, I think so because he's 6'10".
Because he's 6'10".
It's maxed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So not bad. I don't think he's like a corner offensive player. No defense really at all. But you guys can talk more about that.
So real quick, I'll jump in. Last week we had our community vote on the next center build, and they voted for the weirdest one we could find. And I'm remembering now, this is the weirdest one we could find. It's a back-to-basket big. I don't know if you guys have seen that out there. You see it under his name there on the attributes page.
Funny, Rambo actually made this build week 2 of the game. But anyway,
go ahead.
Yeah, looking at it, it looks deep. Offensively, he's gonna be a beast, straight up. He's a bucket out the corner. He could hit his open threes. He could take the ball to the paint and dunk. He could do a post fade off dribble. So this build gets buckets. Now, what I don't like is he upgraded his interior defense to the max and did not touch his steal. So he's a 33 steal, which means you could throw it at his face and the player's not going to steal the ball. So his corner defense is going to be lacking. He can't really make plays on defense besides maybe blocks. Mm-hmm. But having that 33 steal, I'm not a big fan of just because he can't play no passing lanes. 59 pass accuracy, too, is kind of low for a power forward. So those break starter passes might not go through all the time. And I peeked at his badges. He does not have break starter on. So that's an issue as well defensively. And another thing is he has post badge, which I think is the worst takeover in the game. So if he could have got maybe athletic badge or sharp badge, probably would have been way better. Those are just my takes, just looking off attributes. But yeah, overall, I mean, this build definitely is a bucket getter, so I'll give that to him for sure.
I have a question. Would you guys leave all his defensive badges bronze, or would you guys put certain ones upgraded?
So I would leave probably box intimidator, chase down artists. I'd probably take off worm, throw that on.
Yeah, I'll take off worm and post move and throw it on rebound. Have rebound gold.
Yeah, probably rebound gold.
Leave
Yeah.
the rest bronze. That's fine.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, the rest, but yeah, not terrible.
His badges, all his badges are fine. Playmaking
I
is good.
think so too.
Post spin first step, that's great off the corner. Shooting is perfectly fine.
I think shooting is good too. The only thing I could if you wanted to change something on shooting, but what jump shot did he say he uses? He said he uses 77 Iggy Michael Beasley 85-15 blend. So that's, I get why he has quick draw Hoff, but it could be helpful too to have either Deadeye or Green Machine on if you're shooting from the corner a lot, because I personally have it on all my corner builds and it works really well, but I totally get why you have on Hall of Fame quick draw. So, and then the rest I wouldn't change. Silver catch and shoot, silver corner. Hoff.
Another thing too is he has to have purple quick draw no matter what, because
he's a big
post fade player, and post fade correlate with quick draw. So let's say if he goes jump shot 38 with silver quick draw, his post fade will look like he's shooting in molasses. So
gotcha.
you gotta have that purple quick draw. So
Gotcha.
I mean, badge layout's great. Finishing badges is good. You got the drop. I mean, I don't know about drop stepper, maybe. But the purple back down is good for his post fade.
What else would you go instead of drop stepper though?
I don't know. Maybe I'll probably max out slithery, fancy, and contact, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe he does a lot of drop steps. I'm not really sure.
He has post moves pretty high up. So.
Yeah. So I guess it probably works out well for him.
Yeah.
And he has the post badge, so I guess you have to use that drop stepper.
Yeah, I think the thing, like the overall thing with this build is because like Wolf said, you're not going to be getting many defensive stops in terms of making big plays. You just don't have the attributes for it. So you have to be uber efficient on offense with this build for it to survive. And so not bad, not bad at all, but could be better.
Wolf, did you say this one needed break starter? Or no?
Yeah, but he only has 6 upgrades, so
and he's trying to invest it
into super without these 2 badges on offense, he won't be able to put the ball on the floor and make a play, which is one of the crucial points of his build. So no break starter is fine as long as he's not throwing, maybe he gets the rebound, just hits RBA and hits the point guard, and that's how they get their that's how they move the ball and run the fast break. So, that's the only caveat. When you play with the forward this build, he can't really, throw the ball down the court efficiently with 59 pass accuracy and no break starter. So,
Wolf, start us off. How are you going to rate it?
Yeah, so I'm going to give this build, since it's basically a one-sided build, right? He's only really good on one side of the court, which, the offensive side. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Just because this build could get buckets officially on offense, but defensively it looks like he's lacking. I'm gonna give him a 6 out of 10.
Nate?
I'm gonna go with a 6.5 out of 10. Just because I think his I agree with everything that Wolf and Swizz said. I think that his badge layout is actually pretty good, which I think it's a tough thing to do. Obviously, we said he could switch a couple of things around defensively, but because his badge layout is good and because, this is a bucket getter, he'll struggle a little bit defensively, but it's not terrible. So I'll go 6.5 out of 10.
I'll give him a 6 also. I think he did a really well job on his badges. I just think he messed up with his defense attributes a little bit. But besides that, overall, he is probably getting buckets for his team in Pro-Am and Rec or whatever. So, I think it's pretty solid. And he's a 99 overall, so that always helps.
Yeah.
99.5.
True.
Up next, we got CP89. That is not CP20. That's Cody's gamer tag. At QP89. He's a shooting guard, 98 overall, 6'6", 210. Minimum wingspan, Rec and Pro-Am, another 5v5. Took off silver difficult shots, bumped hot zone, Hunter, and catch and shoot to Hoff. What do we think?
That's a good choice. That's a good choice in his description. His attributes seem pretty solid for the most part.
Not bad at all. The only thing is, if he's playing rec and pro-am with no rebounding, he has to guard the wing.
I don't know. I feel like he should have definitely took down interior defense and got defensive rebounding, but
probably, yeah, I agree. But yeah, with 34 defensive, 32 offense. I mean, offense really don't matter because you're saying wing on offense. But yeah, defensively, he must be up top. If they're running 2-3 zone, he got to be up top. If not, they're running man. He has to be guarding the secondary ball handler or the main ball handler. But that's the only caveat with the attributes. But everything else looks solid.
One thing I think he should have made him a point guard over a shooting guard, so he got different playmaking badges. That's one thing.
He could have got more. He probably could have got 15.
That and like he doesn't get like certain badges. Like, well, you don't get dimer and stuff like that, but
floor generally. Yeah. I don't think you do. Yeah, it's a good point.
But and I think it'll probably would have gave him more badges also, like a little bit.
Yeah, probably got more badges.
Yeah, at least 15.
And then, but with his finishing, I feel like I'd go slithery finisher over acrobat.
100%.
1000%. Yeah, easy.
Definitely, and then I'll lower consistent to silver. Definitely max out contact to purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's solid. Honestly, I'll even take off consistent completely, and then go max out fancy and slithery. So you could do fancy purple and then slithery gold. And then leave Giant Slayer. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's glitchy.
His shooting layout, his shooting badge layout is good.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, he said he took off difficult, right? And maxed out catch and shoot.
Yeah, max out hot zone and catch and shoot, which is good.
Yeah, that's perfect. He has purple dead eye, quick draw mode, range. Yeah, that's a good layout.
He literally has like dang near a perfect shooting layout, which is good. Playmaking, he has gold quick first step, gold space creator, silver stop and go, and gold unpluckable. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a fan of space creator. I think it's a.
I'm not a fan either. I think it's
more stop and go.
Stop and go.
You don't need either. Yeah, you don't need
either. But that goes back to your point though, Swizz. Like he could have probably gotten 16 upgrades, 15, 16 upgrades, and then probably a dimer on there or maybe floor general. I don't know, but I'd probably take off stop and go. At least throw bail out on bronze.
Yeah.
I'd probably.
Honestly, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off, but he's guarding. Like I said, he has to be guarding the wing, right? Because he has no rebounding. Yeah. Throw him downhill. Like you're gonna be leaking out. You're gonna be running the fast break. Put downhill on gold, honestly, rather than space creator. I think he'll get more efficiency out of that badge, or take off stop and go and put downhill silver, like whatever. But I think he should have downhill on, just because that will make him.
I think on gold. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll make him way more efficient on offense with easy fast break points, and since he's guarding wing regardless, so.
Would you say that sometimes your recommendations come down to play style?
Yeah,
I would say so. Yeah, I think it's like a combination: play style, meta, what we think probably like the build can do, and then if they give like anything in the description saying where they play on the court. So yeah, I would swap space creator for downhill gold, and then I would take off stop and go. I'd put bail out bronze, and then I'd put Lob City probably on bronze.
Or Needle
on bronze. Yeah, either one, whichever one you. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it definitely goes to play style, but like I said, like if you're guarding wing on any build and any pro-am, and you have a lot of playmaking badges, you should throw on downhill. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be leaking out all the time. Like you're not gonna be crashing for boards from the wing typically. So yeah, definitely that's just a basic badge that you should have when playing the wing on defense.
Yep.
Speaking of defense, how about those defensive badges?
I think they're solid.
Yeah, not bad.
I think solid. Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad. You couldn't do much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to argue switching pick dodger for like interceptor maybe or something because you're probably guarding like secondary ball handler, but I get it. So I mean, it's fine. Not bad.
Yep, I agree.
Nate, what do you rate this build?
I'm gonna give this build. I'm gonna go 6.5 out of 10. Again, the offensive attributes are obviously really, really good. I think that he has his playmaking badges. I think that's what takes it down the most for me. Along with the fact that he raised interior defense when I think he probably should have done a little bit more rebounding, just to give him that option of playing the corner on defense. Whereas now he is forced to play the wing, which might be fine. That's he might like to do that. I just think he could have done a lot better. But 6.5 out of 10 isn't terrible, so that's what I'll go with.
Swizz?
I'll give it a 7. Basically, literally everything Nate just said. Just it's that simple. I mean, I wish you would have made him a point guard, personally, but yeah.
Wolf?
I'll give him a 6.5 as well. 6.5 out of 10. Nate and Swizz covered everything. I think the biggest thing, definitely lowering the interior defense, raising defensive rebound. He could have probably got a badge or two more on defense as well. So that's kind of big. And also, like, not, I'm not sure a lot of people know, but the height is such a big thing related to the position. So, 6'6", you can make him a point guard and get maybe 15 playmaking badges, which could help. So that's another thing. You should have made him a point guard if he's going to be 6'6". So 6.5 out of 10.
Next up, we got Piggy McSwag. Probably gets the award for best gamer tag for this episode.
I like it.
At Piggy McSwag. I just like that. Piggy McSwag.
I like it.
He's a power forward, 99 overall, 6'9", 260. Wingspan's 1 above minimum. Plays rec, pro-am, my career. Jump shot, Rudy Gay. What do we see?
He's a two-way mid-range specialist.
Never seen that before. Never seen that.
I mean, his attributes look pretty solid though.
They're not bad. They're well rounded. I mean, he's definitely like he's a 3-and-D. I mean, that's obvious. He can 81 3 ball. You're gonna hit from the corner for sure. You might even be able to sneak to the wing and hit. Occasionally. Defensively, not bad. He can rebound really, really well. And he's 6'9", so definitely playing the corner on defense, I would assume. Not bad. I want to look at the badges real quick. How many? He gets 1 finishing, slithery.
So I'm guessing he's not playing I don't know if he's playing the corner or not on offense.
On offense?
You don't have brick wall on, so
Yeah.
I would assume he's playing the corner on offense as well.
I mean, I don't know if he needs corner specialist or not, but I don't know if he should have range extender over that.
Yeah, I would put on. I might keep the badges the same, except for probably swap range extender for silver corner, just because I think he's going to be in the corner a lot more than he's going to, unless he's.
I'll even go like he can even lower catch and shoot to silver than corner silver. I mean.
Sure.
And keep the range extender on silver.
I mean,
that too. Yeah.
It's all on play style. So if he finds himself on the wing a lot or running plays for that, then keep the range extender on. If not, then take it off, put it on corner. One thing I do not like about we talk about this all the time on the Rate My Build. If you're a defensive majority pie chart, which he is, he's a hybrid defender, hybrid shooter. You have to max out your wingspan, bro. You have to.
Yeah.
He has a 1 above minimum wingspan. 6'9". That's a big no.
Yeah.
If you look at his player in the picture, he looks like he has alligator arms. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's like when you're 6'9", you want to have the longest wingspan. Yeah, he could be like, okay, I want to have the extra 5, whatever, extra 5 points in 3-point shooting. It gives me for a shorter wingspan. But remember, your steal goes up, your block goes up. You could grab more rebounds because you have longer arms. You're in more passing lanes because you have longer arms. Having long arms with a defensive, when you big man or majority defensive pie chart, it goes a long way. So that's the biggest thing I saw off rip with this build. Like his badges as well.
I don't know if I'd have downhill because how often is he really getting on the break?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't need it. Throw it on bailout, honestly, and then
bailout or break starter. I think break starter.
So I was gonna say I don't think he needs Lob City passer either, though. I think you can have both. Bailout and break starter. That's personally what I would do. I'd swap downhill and Lob City passer for bailout and break starter.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And then you can leave quick first step. That's fine.
His badges his defensive badges need a lot of work, though. I'm not gonna lie.
A lot of work. Yeah. A ton. Intimidator, lower it way down. Put interceptor up, probably box, lower that down. I would
max out rebound chaser, purple and rim protector. He should do both.
Both, I agree. Yeah.
Pogo, keep it silver. I like Pogo. I think Pogo's a good badge.
Yeah.
Lower clamps to bronze, and probably. I don't know. Yeah, probably lower. I mean, he has 20. That's a lot for a corner defender, to be honest.
It's a lot.
I mean, yeah, I think he could keep Intimidator purple, just lower your clamps to bronze, and then put those 2 on interceptor, and then make that gold. Lower Pogo to silver, put that on rebound chaser, make that gold, and then lower box to bronze, put those 2 on rebound chaser and rim protector, make that purple.
Yeah,
I think that's the best layout.
I still actually wouldn't have. I would put it on defensive leader. I think this is if you have this many defensive.
Yeah. That's a good point.
With this build, you should probably put it on defensive leader. You don't need Intimidator on purple in the corner on defense. In my opinion. But yeah, he's got a lot of work though to do with all of his badges except for his shooting is pretty good.
Yeah, his shooting's good.
His shooting is good. He's got some playmaking work to do, some defensive rebounding work to do, and like Wolf said, like that wing. I didn't notice. I didn't either. Pointed that out.
That wingspan is terrible.
I thought it was one above default. Like
right, yeah.
That means he has alligator arms. Like it's so bad.
Like that hurts the build so much, man. Like you gotta have. Remember, I think we say this like once every Rate My Build episode.
Yeah, for real.
If you're making a player, if you're not a guard, probably max out your wingspan. There might be some cases where you want to go to, I don't know, but most likely max out your wingspan. It's just, you just need it. So
I think the rule of thumb is if you have any defensive majority pie chart, you should have maximum arms, 100%.
Yeah. And what do you think people are doing? They're just thinking, I want to shoot better, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's why they're doing it.
Sure, which is fair, but
you really don't need those attributes that it's giving.
Exactly.
You only get 5, right? Like maybe +5.
If that, like maybe +4 even or +3 in some. It's like I don't know how much.
You're losing like a +8 on block. You're losing like a +5 on steal. You're losing, the ability to be in more passing lanes because you have longer arms. And you grab more rebounds because you have longer. Like wingspan matters in 2K.
For the folks out there that watch in real basketball, you make the court, you condense the court, longer wingspan you have. It's just good. It's good to have unless you're a guard and you really want to maximize your 3. Go ahead, Wolf.
And to piggyback on the defensive majority, don't most elite defenders on ball, whatever, have long wingspans in real basketball? Like that's basic. That's just, if you have longer arms, you could guard more things. So
exactly, just to make that correlation. So I think it's uber important to have long wingspan if you're an off-ball player, or in Wolf, like he said, with the majority defensive pie chart.
All right, last question before we rate this build. Let's go back to the shooting badges. You guys recommended range extender. I've heard you guys say it before, taking it off. Sometimes we get a lot of flack in the comments because people just think range extender has to be on there. So, can you guys explain why you don't value that as highly.
Well, I think it depends where he's playing it on the corner. Yeah, so if he's sitting in the corner literally every offensive possession, there's no point for him to have it because he's never shooting a wing 3. So it's just him wasting badge points when he could have it in like corner, for example, and that's where he's sitting every possession. So that's literally the main reason. But like if he's on the wing, they made a good point to move catch and shoot down and put corner on so that he has both worlds, range and corner.
Yeah.
Spence, I just want to answer this question. I also that some people are like, well, listen, like I know people like this where they're like, I can shoot in the corner just fine. Why not just put my badge somewhere that enables me to be able to shoot? Okay, now I can hit from the corner and I can hit from the wing a little bit. And I get that, right? But while you might be hitting 7 out of 10 threes from the corner, maybe you could, increase that to 9 out of 10 threes or 8 out of 10 threes. And you're not standing in the wing all but 1 or 2 possessions a game, or you might not even attempt a wing 3. So that's the thinking behind it. I think for me is efficiency, like trying to maximize your efficiency on the court. And I think that's what some people think sometimes. So just to explain it from my perspective.
Yeah, you guys tend to want to double down on what you're good at rather than trying to be kind of okay at a lot of things.
The best thing is like what you do more. Like, do you take more corner threes or do you take more wing threes, right? So back to Nate's point, if you shoot, let's say you're a power forward, you don't shoot the ball much when you're in the corner. But let's say you take 6 shots, right, in the whole game, and 5 out of those 6 shots are in the corner. Why do you need range extender, right? Like you're probably gonna take 1 wing 3 the whole game. So it all, like, the badge distribution for shooting depends on where you are, where you take the shots at on the court, right? So that's why we say if you're a corner player, your priority should be corner specialist over range extender. No matter what archetype you are, no matter how many badge points, you should always have corner specialists on, for the most part, if you're shooting majority from the corner. Like, it just makes more sense, and you got to maximize on what you do best.
All right, Wolf, I'll get you started on the ratings.
Yeah, so back to this build. Man,
I honestly don't know what I want to give him just because the arms.
It's tough.
The arms kill. Like that's the biggest thing. Like this,
it's killer.
It's a solid build. I like it.
Same.
But the arms just destroy everything. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. If he had max arms, this build's a 9 or 10 out of 10.
I agree.
The one above min just doesn't make any sense, and it kills the build. So yeah, 5 out of 10.
That's why I was giving him a 5 out of 10 too. The arms, man.
I'm giving him a 5 out of 10.
5s across the board for Piggy McSwag.
Piggy McSwag.
We got my bruiser badge at JV with the sauce, maybe Javi with the sauce. He's a shooting guard. All right, another shooting guard. 98 overall. He's 6'7", 210, max wingspan, plays park and plays rec. Jump shot 98 with Curry. I play corner and wing on offense and guard the ball handlers in park and rec.
All right, good to know. Appreciate him,
there it is,
telling us where he plays and what his role is on defense. That helps us tremendously.
I love that. Yeah.
He's a defensive player.
Shout out to Javi. All right.
What do you guys think?
Rebounding guard, interesting. I've never seen this.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I actually had, I want to, you got the floor, Wolf, but this was actually the first build that I actually made. And
oh, really?
It wasn't the exact height, but it was 6'9", I want to say. So I've actually made one of these, a similar build to this, but go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, just looking off the pie chart, it looks like he's a
3-and-D.
Yeah, 3-and-D type player. 6'7", so he has good height, shooting guard. So he utilized that shooting guard position, made him 6'7". Attributes look fine. I mean, no playmaking at all, but maybe that's his play style. That's totally fine. He maxed out on a lot of defense, which is good. Guys points there and shooting. and he got a few finishing. So, I mean, just looking at it, looks fine. 85 speed as well at 6'7" is pretty solid.
Yeah. I like this build a lot, actually. I think it's actually really good. I think that he can, obviously he has no playmaking point, that's play style. I don't think he's going to be doing much with the ball in his hands, but off ball, he's going to be able to hit the corner three. He has 87 close shots, 77 driving dunk. So once he gets up to 99.9, that's going to be 79 dunk, which is one away from unlocking like 80. At 80 driving dunk, you actually unlock some pretty good dunk packages, but that's fine. Defensively, really good. He's going to be able to rebound the ball well. How 6'7"?
Yeah.
So that would be the one thing I think that's interesting in why he chose 6'7" over, like, he probably could have gone all out on height on this one, 6'8", maybe even 6'9", but 6'7" gives him more speed, so I get it. His badge layout is pretty good. I was looking at his his defense. We're kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but I was going on his defensive badges.
Go ahead.
We'll work bottom up.
All right, I'm with that.
Why not?
I was looking at his defensive badges, and I would say just like right away, take off or maybe bronze tireless at the most. Would you like it high, Wolf? Or,
No, I think you're right. I'll take it off completely.
Yeah. I would take it off completely. Maybe bronze if it's some like placebo effect thing there going on for you. If you just think that it gives you more energy. But I personally don't like the badge too much. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this too. I actually don't mind Intimidator on Hoff if you're guarding ball every play. I don't mind it. I
mean, if he has nowhere else to put badges,
I have it on my lock build. I have Intimidator still to this day on Hoff. I don't think it's bad. If you're checking ball like 99% of the time, I think he is. So I'm giving him the.
Yeah. So I'm the opposite, honestly. So I have a play lock on Xbox with only 22 defensive badges, and I play on ball with it, obviously. So, but what I do is I don't use tireless defender. I use Intimidator bronze. The reason why is because I feel like I think other badges are more important, such as rim protector and chase down, and I have interceptor gold on my build. So. And also I rebound chase for silver because I have a high offensive rebound, so that kind of helps on the other end when I crash. But yeah, I guess it's all personal preference for Intimidator. If you like it purple, go ahead. If not, I think you could use it on other badges, like I mentioned, such as Rim Protector and Chase Down, which I think are a must when playing on ball because a lot of the guards are slashing now. They're hop-stepping in the paint, and you have to be able to guard that. So I think for Javi here, take off tireless defender, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, what I'll do is you want to keep everything the same. I'll put those 3 attributes into Rim Protector, have that gold, and then put Intimidator down 1 and put it on Chase down bronze. And I think you can leave everything else the same, and then you have Intimidator gold, Rim Protector gold, and Chase down bronze, just so you can guard that paint a little bit better.
Yeah, and I think just to piggyback off of that, I think it really does come down to play style because when I find myself playing on-ball and we're in December, and when I find myself playing on-ball defense against comp or whoever I'm playing against, I'll actually always find myself primarily above the 3-point line and
high-low.
It's like a high-low defense, and it's a lot of switching and when the point guard gets into the paint, I'm kind of like, okay, that's. In this case, my big man, he's on like a 6'10" lock, but I'm like, all right, that's you. I'm going to take everything in front of the 3-point line and try to run them off the 3-point line and not, play over every screen and not give up any threes. But if you find yourself on this rebounding guard, if you find yourself in the paint a lot on defense, and your big isn't quite as athletic and yourself trying to get a lot of stops at the rim when the point guards are hop stepping and you know they're trying to create. You 1000% need rim protector on, and you should lower intimidator. So I think it's all about preference with how you play. Me personally, I like intimidator the way I play, but a lot of people and the way they play like rim protector. So all personal preference.
How do you guys feel about pickpocket?
I like it.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I used to not like it.
I was gonna say I thought Nate and Wolf used to disagree on this one.
We did, and Wolf convinced me. So I actually do like pickpocket on Hoff. I think it's good.
It could be better. Like honestly, almost still suck this year. Like they're terrible. But if you have a 90 steal or 85 steal, you should at least attempt to get steals. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So having that pickpocket on gives you the ability to get steals.
Yes.
Maybe get 1 or 2 a game, but that could be game changing. You know, so you might as well have it on.
Yeah.
I just got a lot of shooting badges.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, we can move on.
Let's not get playmaking though. Bronze. No. Put that on.
You don't need lob. Yeah, don't do lob.
Lob city passer. Put it on downhill. Put it on bailout maybe.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Lob city passer. Please take that off. Bronze. You don't need that.
You don't need it.
And maybe he's getting pressured.
Back to shooting though. You're right, Spen. Yeah, back to shooting.
Maybe he's getting pressured by a teammate. I don't know.
He might be,
maybe.
But let us unpressure it then. You don't need it.
Shooting badges, I mean, I would just knock down green machine and knock down catch and shoot and just put silver corner. Honestly, he says he plays corner and wing, so best of both worlds.
Yeah,
I feel like that's really all you got to do.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
See, this is one of those cases. You know, Spencer. You know, to answer the people's question, when he's gonna shoot from the corner and the wing, he says he plays both. So it's one of those cases where it's okay to have range extender on gold, and you can still find a way to get corner specialist on and shoot from the corner because he, like I said in the description, he says I play corner and wing on offense. So that's probably the most efficient for that play style.
So you're saying take catch and shoot completely off, put it all on corner specialist?
I would go catch and shoot silver, green machine gold, and corner silver.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like let's say he's playing a game and they have 2 guards. They have a point guard and they have a shooting guard who's a sharp, and you're gonna sit corner the whole game. Take range extender off completely, or leave it bronze and put silver corner, and then that's fine.
Yeah, and honestly, that's why I like this build. I know this word kind of gets used sometimes, the versatility, but there's some real versatility in this build, being able to move it from the wing to the corner offensively, and you're not losing a lot. Obviously, there's no way in heck this dude is putting the ball on the ground. So he's not able to do that. But and in transition too, like. If he's playing the top, if he can get one in transition, I have a shot block, I'll pull up in transition, for a 3 and I'll green, and I think he can do the same thing with this build. So
for sure.
that's not bad at all.
Finishing?
Finishing.
I don't know if I do a contact finisher. I feel like you go like slithery or fancy footwork.
Yeah, I just think it's such a it's a staple. I think you just gotta have the fancy footwork. Being able to hop step at a little bit of a higher is important on the break. So
yeah, I think contact's okay because majority of his finishing in the paint will be on fast breaks. I doubt he's driving to the hole on half court.
Yeah.
So being able to finish on guards will probably be what he's aiming for, what he should be aiming for. So I'll keep the contact silver and just move it to take off Giant Slayer, which you probably don't need, and put it on fancy or slithery. I think he's fine.
Yep.
So back to the attributes, height and weight. Are you guys doing anything different here, or you like them all?
I like it.
I think it's fine when he has it.
Yeah, I think you could go taller if you wanted, but he's guarding ball, so it makes sense with the height. Like he wants the speed. So, and I'm glad he didn't do. I made the mistake early of making a 6'6" at shooting guard when you could have gone 6'6" at point guard and you could have gotten more badges. So he went 6'7", which is fine. So yeah, it's fine. He has max wingspan, good. So
yeah.
He's in good shape. He's in good shape.
All right, Nate, you made this build early on. Start us off.
Did. Yeah, and he made it better than I did. So I'm gonna give him a we'll go 8.5 out of 10. Only knock is just I think you got some work you can do with the defensive badges, tireless defender, intimidator. You know, we had that discussion already, but you can change that a little bit. And then Swizz made the notion towards the shooting badges, and then we talked about the finishing badges a little bit. So I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Swizz?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a pretty solid build. I mean, it's like a pretty standard 3-D build. Not much more you could ask for. I mean, that's simple.
Yeah.
All right, Wolf.
Same, 8 out of 10. I think it's, yeah, I mean, not too many flaws with this build. 3D, you know, pretty much, you know, that's it. 8 out of 10.
Facts.
So we got Dried Ocean here, who paid attention to the comments section of our last video and our community tab on YouTube, snuck his way in here. We give away one spot every single video. You guys have already heard me talk about in this video, so let's get through his build. Position, point guard, 94 overall, 6'5", 196. Wingspan is 1 above default. He only plays park. And yeah, when you guys don't put in a handle, I got to put something in there under your name. So he said that this build is meant to counter all the small, lightweight guards in park. And apparently we got no picture here. I don't know how he did that, but.
All right. Swizz, what are you thinking, my man? Early thought.
I mean, he looks like he's like a play type lock.
Yeah.
Two-way 3-point facilitator. Never seen that before.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I feel like he probably shouldn't have went the shot creator badge either. He probably should have went the lock badge because I feel like he's going towards a defensive player.
It's a sharp lock pie chart. Sharp lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would, but I still wouldn't have gone shot creating, whatever.
I wouldn't have either. I would have gone lock.
Yeah.
He's got lock or sharp. Sharp badge probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, sharp badge, yeah.
But then again, he does play majority park, so.
True. This is true.
But I peeked at the shooting badges. He does not have difficult shots on. So what's the point of having shot creator badge?
Right.
You know, if you have shot creator badge, like another tip, you know, the way you activate that mostly you just, you know, take moving shots. So having difficult shots on will help you get takeover faster. So he does not have it on, so that kind of doesn't really work well with his brand badge.
He did say he's trying to counter lightweights in the park. That to me says he's defensive minded, right?
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think so. You know, but I'm curious, and we don't normally go this in depth on it, but like I want to know if he plays 2s or 3s in the park or a little bit of both, because I think that actually makes like a big difference for this build. Because if he's playing 2s, like, is he the one putting the ball on the ground? And if he is, I think it can be tough to do with 75 ball handling. You'll fare pretty good defensively, but 75 ball handling. And then if he's playing 3v3 in the park, he's fine because he's off. He's probably off ball, which I'm assuming that's the optimal thing for this build. So, yeah.
Yeah, so like let's look at the badges. I mean, we're going defending.
We're going bottom
chase
top
down
here.
purple. Yeah, I think this is way.
Bottom to top, baby.
Yeah. We're going defending back up to finish.
All right, let's get it.
But tireless, take that off.
Yep.
Chase down, lower it. If you like chase down, I mean, you can take tireless off and then put chase down silver and then put purple rim protector. I think that's better, honestly.
You guys took Tireless off of another one, so tell me a little bit more about Tireless. Why are you guys just nixing that badge?
Yeah, so I don't think there hasn't been any, and I was kind of actually talking to like 2K Labs about this a little bit. There hasn't been any real evidence of what it does or how it actually impacts your stamina or if it does at all. Obviously, the concept behind it is that it's supposed to, it almost like slowers how much it eats up your stamina like per possession, but I don't know if there's any proof of that. So
Yeah, I'm a piggyback off that.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
if you go back to the main attribute page, she has 94 stamina, right? And I'm not sure if this is with a +4, but if you do, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this. But if you do the, the Gatorade drills and do your +4s for your physical stats, you get an extra Gatorade boost bar on top of your stamina, which will probably be 99. And on top of that, if you want more stamina, you could go to the Gatorade booth and buy Gatorade bars, chewies, whatever, drinks, and they give you, way more stamina. So at that point, like, you're looking at 100 plus stamina for your player. So what's the point of tireless defender, right? You don't.
If I have tireless defender, I better have it like unlimited stamina. Like I can.
Yeah, you better never run.
Like, that's literally what it would have to take probably for the badge to be effective. You would have to have
the thing is, like, you already have 100 plus stamina with all the boosts and etc.
Yeah.
So you don't need tireless defender. Like I don't run it, and I'm never tired on defense, never. And I'm swinging, I'm running around, baiting, doing all this crazy stuff, reaching, and I'm never lost stamina because, like I said, I have 100 plus. I do my +4s, I buy my chewies or whatever whatever they are, and I have a lot of stamina. So
Yeah.
that's why we say tireless defender. You do not need it on defense if you do the correct things. Like I said, do your +4s, and get your extra boosts of Gatorade. So, yeah, but that's a little tireless defender rant.
Yeah. Keep going on the defensive badges.
Yeah. What else does he have here? So he has pick dodge on Hoff, pickpocket on Hoff, that's fine. Clamps Hoff, that's fine. Gold interceptor, it's fine. Bronze, everything else? Would you say
Everything's fine? I would lower chase down, like I said, doing silver, and then pick off tireless, and then max rim protector.
Ooh, yeah. In the park, I think I would do
The
that.
park is nice, and he has an 80 block, so
Yep.
you could like this guy said, Dried Ocean, you could take those lightweight guards down in the paint and send it to the prom arena if you want. So yeah, definitely put rim protector on, in my opinion, and lower chase down and take off tireless. I think everything else is fine.
Cool.
All right.
Playmaking?
Playmaking,
I mean, I think it's fine for what he's got so far.
yeah, I think it's fine too. I mean, the
it's
next
fine.
two badges,
Yeah.
I'll put it on unpluckable and maybe max out handles, I guess.
Yeah, just in case, because
Yeah.
if he is playing twos in park and it is handling the ball, he does need that.
Yeah. Another thing too is, like, bronze dimer. I think there's no point in having bronze. If he's playing threes, I'll put that extra badge on downhill.
Downhill. Yeah.
Or if he's not playing threes or doesn't like downhill, I'll put it on needle.
Needle.
I think bronze dimer doesn't really give enough boost to waste the badge points on it. I think it's a gold or Hall of Fame badge.
Yeah.
If you're gonna use it, so I'll put that on needle or downhill.
Now, how much? Let me ask all you guys. How much have you played in park over the years? I mean, this game and also previous.
Yeah.
I play it here and there on my IRLs, like my cousins and stuff. They play a lot of park, so sometimes I'll hop in and play with them, and yeah. I mean, it's pretty fun game mode. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of events too? Like when something pops up?
Sometimes, yeah. Like in the beginning of the year, I did like I think the 2K Gods one. I won that on Xbox. I tried Ruffles one time, so I mean, it's cool.
I'd say probably about a couple hundred games per year, probably in park, which isn't like a lot in the grand scheme of things. So like people play thousands, but probably a couple hundred.
I prefer rec over park.
Yeah, if I'm gonna, I'm with you. If I'm gonna just,
And I just like to take my point guard into rec and just do everything.
I like park though. I don't know. It's fun to me. I enjoy it.
All right, cool. I just wanted to open that up a little bit because I know this guy's park only. We're looking at park stuff here, like park focused, and you guys are 5v5. You're playing in 2K league, so I want them to know you play park too.
Oh, definitely play park. Yeah,
for sure.
I enjoy it.
All right, how about these shooting badges, Swizz?
Let's see. So he's playing corner. He has range center. I mean, I don't feel like that's a problem. I feel like I'd have hot zone somehow.
Yeah.
I'd probably take that and catch and shoot.
Probably corner too. I don't know how much.
I mean, if he's playing threes, I think the corner's fine. But if he's playing twos, then I wouldn't even run corner if I'm playing twos.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'll just max out Green Machine, to be honest.
Yeah, if I was playing 2s, I wouldn't run corner. But if I was playing 3s and he's sitting in corner, then I'd run corner. And I'd probably, if you're playing 3s, I'd probably take Ranger Center down too and go hot zone also. Like, that's a lot of changing every time if you're willing to do that, I guess.
Yeah, but it's
good
like
for your build, I think.
It's good, you know, it's good for you.
Yeah.
And like switching between 3s and 2s.
No, for sure. But, yeah, it's pretty.
You got 4 finishing badges. Where are you putting them?
Where are we? So he only has 3 right now.
3 right now.
So I think I had 4. Yeah, assuming he has 4.
I don't know. He has the last one. I'll just put on fancy, I guess. I'm not really sure.
Well, I'd probably.
Or Giant Slayer.
Yeah, either one. Either fancy or giant, probably. Leave contact on gold.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Not mad at that.
Because he has right now he has a 78 driving dunk and he's a 94, so he could easily get that to an 80 driving dunk, get the good dunks. And he should be able to dunk majority of the time on fast breaks, which is nice.
Yep.
Or when he's open with paint, so I'll keep contact gold for sure.
All right, Wolf, let's get us started here. Last build of this episode. We did 6. We did 6 this time.
Yeah, 6 builds, yeah.
So how are we rating them?
So he plays Park only. It's a nice 2-way build for Park, which I'm a big fan of. You know, I think when you play Park and have a guard, you should be able to kind of do everything, and this build can kind of do everything, so I like that. He's a 94, so solid overall. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I would give him higher if he had a higher overall, but what he's submitted right now, he's an 8. But when he gets higher overall and gets more dunk packages and stuff like that, he'll definitely be a better rating.
Nate?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 7.5. And I think pretty good build, especially for Park. He's a two-way player, so I like what he's doing. Same thing. If he was a higher overall, I'd probably give him even a higher rating. But for now, I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10.
I'll go with a 7 out of 10. I was even thinking about going lower just because you have shot creating takeover, but I don't know. I think overall the rest is a good build with your attributes and everything. But if you would have had lock takeover, I probably would have gave you probably low-key like an 8 or 9. But yeah.
What about Sharp takeover?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know which one I'd personally rather have, to be honest. I mean, I've never used a lock badge, so I really don't know.
No, I mean, lock badge is okay in Park. I mean, it's kind of hard to get with the plugs being so low, but yeah, not bad.
That's it. That's all she wrote for episode 7. Remember, if you guys want your better chance at getting on episode 8, comment down below. Head over to Indiana National Guard's website. What does it take to join? What kind of programs do they have? What's the history of the National Guard? Put one of those facts down below. Don't put a duplicate. If I see duplicates, I'm going to cross you both off the list. Give us some awesome comments down there. We'll see you in the next episode. From everyone here at Pacers Gaming, pretty much just me today. See you guys next time.
Let's do it.
Should be good. Well, if you can tilt that camera down a little.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
I was gotta sit up right. Is that fine?
Yeah, if you sit upright, it's all right.
Like that or a little higher?
No, that's all right. All right, boys, here we go.